Hi students, I am here to give you some pointers for your Shark Tank Challenge that will be happening tomorrow on Wednesday during the STEM Walk. So during a Shark Tank Challenge, what's interesting about it is that you are making a sales pitch, basically. You are trying to sell an idea or sell a product to get something in return. On the TV show, it's money. You want money to start a business or whatever. So I've been involved in 2 Shark Tank presentations in the last year, and they've been different from each other but very similar. Both of the prizes were money in the cases that I presented in. In one case, I presented a county Shark Tank project, and although I was not really involved in the idea for the Shark Tank project, which was for an innovations lab, I was asked to do some research for it, and I was asked at the end to help pitch the product to the Cobb County board. So it was really fun. It was super stressful and a little bit exciting, but that was one, and we did end up getting for our asked amount, which was $10,000. The second Shark Tank pitch I did was for a mini Shark Tank, and it was for a group of my peers. So it was a group of county media specialists, and I presented the idea that I wanted funds to be able to take the news team to a field trip to CNN. So that ended great. I came in 3rd place in my Shark Tank pitch, but another school came in and finished funding the entire project for us. So that was awesome. So I'm here to give you some tips on when you are pitching your idea in a Shark Tank sort of environment. The first tip that I have is to practice. That's super important. You want to be sure that you are practicing your lines. I mean, you want to write it like a script and be sure that you are saying the things that you are meaning to say, reading them out loud. Practicing reading that out loud to a real person would help. And practice, I mean, honestly, just makes more of a perfect type of sales pitch. So any amount of practice that you do is helpful to your presentation. Be ready for questions. In a Shark Tank environment, the people that you're presenting to can ask you questions about the project, any type of question, like questions to make you slip up, questions to make you stand your ground, or questions that really you need to be prepared to answer. So think about when you're doing your presentation, making sure that you are thinking about, well, what questions could someone ask me about this project that I need to be ready for? How you could produce it, for example, or did research back up what you found out? That's really important in a sales pitch. In number 3, research it, and this has a little bit to do with number 2, but research your idea and tell a good story. I mean, if you have a great idea that research kind of backs up and that you think is going to be a great idea, tell a good story about it. How would it help people? How would it solve the problem that you're trying to solve? And that's really an important aspect of a Shark Tank. You want to be filling a need or fulfilling a need that someone has not filled yet. So whatever your project is, you want to make sure that your idea is solving it in the best way possible. Number 4 is to make it visual. If you have a model, that's great. If you have a drawing of a model, that's awesome. Make something about your pitch a visual kind of sales idea. So what I mean by that is if you have a model or if you have a drawing, you want to make sure that you're practicing with that and pointing out the right things. You want to practice holding it. You want to practice working with it during your presentation so that it comes across as something that you're comfortable with. Also, for making it visual, I mean, one of the pitches that I did to Cobb County, we didn't really have anything that we brought with us, but we dressed the part. We wanted to create an innovations lab, so we all wore lab coats and we had little buttons that said, innovations lab. So we looked the part. So that's something to consider too. Number 5 is to keep your cool and to just be confident about your presentation. Honestly, if you practice, that makes you more confident during your presentation because you know and you have kind of expected what is going to come during the presentation. Practice really helps your confidence. But keep your cool. If you get asked a question and you're not sure, do the best you can. Just kind of keep it relaxed and make sure you answer in the best way possible. I hope that these tips will, just make you guys have very successful pitches in your Shark Tank. Just keep your cool by all means. Practice. Do your homework, do your research, and I know that you guys are going to create really great products for your pitch. So good luck, everybody. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.